Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and this is Creative Discovery in PaintShop Pro. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, a very warm welcome, and please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the logo in the bottom right hand corner. This way you'll also be able to find your way back to my videos and my channel. Now in this tutorial today for the Sunday series, I am going to show you how to create a gold or a silver or metallic element that you can use in your projects. This is a really simple thing to be able to do. You don't require any plugins for this, and this tutorial again is very good for beginners. It's not complicated at all. Now if you are a beginner and you need help finding your way around PaintShop Pro, it's complicated for you and you really can't find simple things to help you from the very beginning, then we do have a course for this. There is a link in the description box below, so go on over to the website and check it out. Okay, let's open up PaintShop Pro and let's hop into learning these metallic elements. Okay, first of all, open up a new image. I'm just going to work with a 500 by 500. It will be a raster background and transparent, just so that I've got a decent size to work with. You can work with any image though. Now you can do these gold elements with so many different things. I'm going to show you with the shapes. You can do them with symmetric shapes, ellipse, rectangle. I'm just going to go in and use the preset shapes. Now I have an awful lot of preset shapes in here, but I'm just going to show you with a few different ones, and then you can go and experiment with lots of different things. So let's have a look at this paperclip. Now the settings, retain style, don't tick that, although it probably wouldn't really matter. And anti-alias, keep that so it'll be nice and smooth. Now I'm not going to create this as a vector, but if you understand vectors and how to use them, go right ahead and create it as a vector. It's not going to make any difference. Keep your line style as solid, unless of course you want to experiment with other line styles. And I've just got my width on 3 for the moment. Now it really doesn't matter what colors you have in these boxes, because we're not going to keep them anyway. The effect we're going to place on them will completely change and override those colors. Now let's draw out whatever shape you have chosen, and I've just gone with the paperclip for the moment. So here we are. Now if you have drawn it as a vector, you can change it, but for a beginner, there's your paperclip. Now you will go to Effects, Texture Effects, Sculpture. Now for the purpose of this lesson, and it's something I use a little bit if I want to create something, but not every day or all the time, I have placed an icon on my custom toolbar, but this is where you will have to go to get the sculpture effect, which is what we will be using. My little icon is up here. He looks like a little sculpture of a half a person or whatever. So click on that and it will bring you to the same place. Now I have already set this up. Now the pattern here, if you want a gold element, then you will choose a gold pattern. I've got a few here. Gold Grad 1 is something I have supplied with a lot of my tutorials, so you may already have this. If you don't have it, then any gold pattern that you can find will work. Then you're going to set the size. Because this is a gradient looking gold, it is going to change how those shadows look. So if I take the size right down, you can see that there are more lines on the pattern. Because we've reduced the size, then those gradient looking lines are going to happen a lot more often. So I find with this particular pattern, to avoid looking very stripy, it's best to have a high size. Now the smoothness, let's go down and I will show you. If you like that look and that's what you want, that's good. I actually prefer the nice smooth lines of a higher number. This is somewhere in the middle. Now the higher you go, the more it will smooth out and the less you will have that black line around the edge. Now the depth, let's go back. So from here we're looking like a pretty flat paper clip. So the more depth you give it, the more roundness it's going to have, and it's going to have more shadows on the edges, and it's going to look a little darker. So it totally depends on what look you want, and the ambience will change the lightness of it. The shininess will change how shiny it is. So you can play around with all of those. I would keep the color on white. And the angle, again, it depends. It just gives it different looks. So you can just play with these. The intensity and elevation will again change the depth of brightness and color. Okay, let's back out of that. Okay, let's go with this sun. Again, I'm just going to click on my little icon, but remember you have to go to Effects, Texture, Effects, and there is your sculpture in there. There is the sun. Now that's the same settings as we had before. Okay, now what I've used here is actually a stained glass colour that I've got, which is not giving me that stripy look as much as the gradient pattern did. So I have some stained glass samples in here for when I make stained glass images, and I have coloured this one to a goldy colour, so that is giving rather a nice look as well. So let's cancel that one out. Okay, let's have a look with this one here. Draw that one out. Now I will go into my sculpture. Now if you want to see the effect on the image, make sure you've got the preview on image ticked up here. Now there is a silver one I would like to have a look at, which is this one here. So you can see the effect on the silver. If you want more shininess, less shininess, more depth. Now let's try with a picture tube, and if you have, say, some leaves, so if we wanted to color that leaf, you would have to play around with the smoothness and the depth and a few other things just to keep all of the textures of this particular leaf. You could also do this with gold. So there is a gold leaf. Now because this tube has a drop shadow on it already, this is why we're getting this gold shadowing around the edge. So if you're going to use you see the shadow there already. If you're going to use a tube, it's probably a very good idea to pick one that does not have a drop shadow on it. If I had this fence here set on a scale of 50 and I drew it out, I'm not drawing it very straight, but you'll get the idea, and then I could change that to a gold fence. So have fun with that and do a lot of experimenting. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning those, and if you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Also, you can leave me a comment down below. Now, don't forget, if you do need help, please check out the course over on the website. We also have some freebies over there on the website, so if you just want to go over and grab some freebies, you can. So have fun creating those new elements, and until I see you in the next video, bye for now.